Hello, geometry kiddos. Today we're going to talk about creating equations of circles when you're not given the center and the radius. In other words, let's just take a step back and say that I know to create the equation of a circle, I need to know the center and the radius. And the generic standard form for the equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. I negate the center, I find the radius, and I square everything. So if we come down here to number 1, it says I've got a circle centered at 310 and it passes through the point 1212. What's the radius? What's the equation? Well, let's figure that out. So if I've got my center at 310, that's right here, I'll call that C for center, and it passes through the point 1212, I'll call that P. If I want to find the radius, I should probably think about, well, my circle probably looks something like this, right? And my radius would be that length right there. So if I want the radius, I could draw in a right triangle and say, well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across and 2 up. So 9 squared plus 2 squared equals r squared. That's going to be 85. So my radius is the square root of 85. Now, I could find that as a decimal, but I don't want to. I'm going to leave it in radical form, and that's fine. Then it says, what's the equation of a circle? Well, in order to get the equation of a circle, I need the center, and I need the radius, and I have both. So I'm just going to negate the center, x minus 3, y minus 10, set it equal to the radius, and square everything. When you find the equation of a circle, you negate the center, square everything. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And then the nice thing is a square root and a square cancel. So the best way to write this would be like that. And that's the equation of our circle. Cool. Let's do another one. A circle has a center at 2, -5 and is tangent to the x-axis. What's the radius? What's the equation? Okay, so my center is 2, -5, and it just touches the x-axis. So that means it's going to come up here and graze the x-axis. So it looks something like that. Well, if I want the radius, I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I want the equation of the circle, I would have to say, well, here's my center, here's my radius, x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals r squared. And then that would mean x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals 25. There we go. Now, if you're thinking, well, Mrs. Weber, how do you know for sure? Well, here's how I know for sure. What I know for sure is I can pull this up in Desmos, and if I go to the graphing calculator, the Desmos graphing calculator can graph circles. Your own personal calculators, they can technically, but it kind of gets frustrating. So we're just going to do it in Desmos. X minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals 25. X minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals 25. And then I look at that and I say, oh yeah, that is tangent. Cool, cool, cool. All right. On to the back. So if I come back over here, I got another one. 2 points on the plane represent the endpoints of the diameter of a circle. What are the coordinates of the center? All right, well, 3, -8, -7, -8. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one endpoint. And then -7, -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the other one. If those are the endpoints of the diameter goes all the way across the circle. So I know my circle looks something like that. What are the coordinates of the center? Well, if I want the center and I have the center is in the middle of the diameter. I need the midpoint, right? I need the midpoint. And it's been a while since we calculated a midpoint. That's the one where you add the x's and divide by 2 and add the y's and divide by 2. So if I want to do that, what I want to do here is I want to say, well, let's see. x1 plus x2 is 3 plus -7. -8 plus -8. And I'm running out of space here. So 3 plus -7 is -4. Divided by 2 is -2. -8 plus -8 is -16. Divided by -2. So my center is right here at -2, -8. Now, if you're thinking, Mrs. Weber, did I really need to do all that? I could have just counted it. You're right. You could have just counted it. If your diameter is on a graph, feel free to count and find the middle. I am 100% okay with that. So if we did that, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 across. So if I just go to 5 across, I would have my center. And hey, I just found out the radius. Right? 5 across got me my radius. So the equation of the circle is, whoops, not y, x plus 2, y plus 8, negate the center, and then square the radius. And there's another circle. I like that radius of 5. All right. And last but not least, it says the endpoints of the diameter have coordinates -2, 3, and 3, -5. Let's graph it up here again. So if I went to -2, 3, there's that one, and 3, -5, I'll call that another A and B. Now my circle looks like that. So I know my center's like somewhere in here. Let's see if I can figure out exactly where it is. If I want the center and I have the endpoints of the diameter, I just want to find the midpoint again. So I'm going to add the x's and divide by 2, add the y's and divide by 2. And so I'll get 1/2 and then -2 halves, which is -1. So my center is 1/2 -1. All right, now I need the radius. Yeah, I can't count the radius this time, so I really am going to need to do like that distance formula or Pythagorean theorem here. All right, so let's see. I'm going to do the Pythagorean theorem. So if I go to 1/2 -1, that's right there. And if I trace in my radius, let's do it in a different color green here. Let's see. That's 2.5 over, and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And here's my radius. So if I want the radius, r squared equals a squared plus b squared. And so if I pull that up, 2.5 squared plus 4 squared is 22.5. So r squared is 22.5, making r the square root of 22.5. And now if I want to figure out the equation of the circle, I'm going to negate the center, square everything. X minus 1/2, y plus 1, square root of 22.25. I think I forgot a digit, didn't I? I did. 22.25 squared, which really makes it x minus 1/2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 22.25, because when you square a square root, It just disappears. That's it. That's all I got. So you need to remember from this lesson, thing number one, if you want to write the equation of any circle, you need the center and you need the radius. Once you have those things, you negate the center and you square everything to get the equation of the circle. If you don't have the center, you need to find it. Okay, and chances are you probably need to find like the midpoint of the diameter or count to find it. And if you don't know the radius, then you need to find the distance from the center to one of the points on the edge, either by counting or doing the distance formula / Pythagorean theorem. And that is all I have. So I hope you're having a great day and continue to do so. Have a good one, friends.